Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Adam Kahn, and this is Cooking with Adam Kahn and Leisure. I'm super excited today. You see how excited I get. Kind of funny, I'm really mild-mannered, and really that's about as excited as I get. But I am excited to show you our chicken champagne recipe. I'm going to give you some really easy step-by-step instructions. I'm going to show you the ingredients. I got my empty plate because I'm going to butterfly up some chicken and pound them out, and I'll get those on here. But then I just have some flour, some prosciutto, some sliced mozzarella, some butter, some garlic, some white wine, some chicken stock that I made earlier, and some mushrooms that I sliced up. In a minute I'll do the little slow-mo, and I'll add that in when I do some editing so you can see all the delicious ingredients. But that's what we're going to cook today, and then if you stick around, I'll show you a step-by-step of exactly what to do in terms of how to prep it and cook it and get it ready for your family. So one of my wife's favorites. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do me a favor, even if you don't, give a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe. It really does help me to try to build the channel. It's so silly. I've got like 30 viewers or 32 right now, and I'm really excited. Some of you comment from time to time. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. Yeah, doesn't matter if it grows or not, but I hope it does because I'm enjoying myself, and I hope you guys like the content. So stick around. I'll show you how to cook it, and we'll go from there. So we got mushrooms. God, they look great. And the chicken stock, which I cooked off earlier. I put white wine and stuff, and sometimes even chicken stock in those spray bottles because it makes it easier to control and use them. And then the flour. I've got butter, the prosciutto. Now, guys, it really does matter. I would get, and then the mozzarella cheese. I would get a prosciutto that's like a prosciutto di Parma, and I'd look for a good quality brand like a San Daniele or something. And then I would really pay attention to the guys when they're preparing it. Unfortunately, I've learned over the years that you gotta watch what they're doing. So I'm going to just show you real quick how you prep the chicken breast before we cook it. My beautiful wife was kind enough to butterfly it and make it easier on me. She's really good at that stuff. So I'm going to take a piece of the prosciutto, and I'm just going to put it right on top of the chicken. All right, one piece, just like this. All right, give me a second, it'll come off the paper. I put them in the deli paper so that it didn't all stick together because prosciutto cut thin. All right, so you put it all the way across like that, and then we'll flour it together, the prosciutto and the chicken, to hold it all together like that, and it'll help the piece of prosciutto to stick to it. And then I kind of push it down too to help that stick a little. So cover it all in flour nice and good, right there. I'll bring it up closer so you guys can see. Let me take the gloves off so that I don't get flour all over everything. And see how the prosciutto's on top? I don't know if you can even tell because it's floured so perfectly. And then the flour will help to thicken the sauce and everything else while it cooks. It works kind of like a roux as well. So you get the benefit of all of it. So I'll prep that one. Give me a minute, I'll bring you guys over to the stove top, and then we'll cook it and show you how it goes from there. So we've got the pan nice and hot, already going. I'm gonna add the butter, and hopefully it's hot enough that it really starts going. There you go, that's what I want. And then we'll add the garlic too to get that flavor to mix in with the butter before we put the chicken right on top of that to let it cook in there. So, garlic, I'm gonna use about half of that, just to where it begins to brown. I know some of you one of you was a little upset that I let the garlic brown, but I like that flavor too. I'm not gonna let it burn. The pan at home doesn't get too hot. And I'm gonna take this, the chicken, face down with the prosciutto. We're gonna give that a minute or two to cook, till it gets nice and brown. And then we'll flip it, and we'll start adding some of the other ingredients. So we'll give that a bit, let it get nice and good. Now, part of my comment was, even though it'll burn, it really isn't as hot as the restaurant one, so I'm comfortable on a real hot heat. The restaurant, the flames get much, much higher, and really things will really cook on the outside, and then you can cook them in the liquid for a while too. so it doesn't need too long. And I'll use the tongs to make sure I get the prosciutto too. We'll flip that like that. Now I'm going to add about 5 or 6 ounces of the white wine. I'm going to add, let me get that out of the camera here. Same as the chicken stock. And then about, I don't know, 5 or 6 mushrooms, all chopped up, which we did that earlier. We'll get that in there too. For the same reason, it'll cook in the liquid. I'll get that mushroom flavor throughout, so I'm trying to get it in the broth to let it cook. I don't know if I hope you can see that. I know you can't see me anymore, so probably real disappointing. And then I've also prepared a couple pieces of butter that I've put already some flour on. So that'll help thicken up the sauce too and act like a roux. So we'll take those. I'll put one right there. And you'll want to move it around a bit so that the flour doesn't get into one spot. And kind of, sometimes even when it's done right with the butter, it'll kind of make a thick spot of the flour and kind of cause it to be, forgive me, the phone in the background. So I'll stir it around a bit to mix the flour in a little so that we don't get one big piece of flour in there. And we'll give that a good 3 or 4 minutes. Now, as usual, I have some pasta that I already prepped ahead of time. I'll put it in the hot water like I normally do to just get the oil and warm it back up. Let's get those in the liquid. This will take a little bit, so we'll give it about, I don't know, another 4 or 5 minutes. And then I'll show you how to plate it and everything else once I get the pasta going. So I'm going to hit pause, let it cook a little bit longer so you don't need to sit there just watching it cook on the pan. And then I'll start when we go to plate it. I'm assuming you guys can see the sauce is already thickened up a good bit. It's been about, I don't know, only about 3 minutes, not 4 or 5. So I'm going to get the pasta ready and put that in the hot water, get the oil off, prep it. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I'm telling you, like I always say, whenever somebody comes out with smell-o-vision, they're going to be a bazillionaire. Because if you could smell it through the camera, that would be awesome. Alright, so pan off. Take the chicken, the prosciutto, and we're going to put that, I don't know if, yeah, you can't see, right on top. Alright. And then, let's see, where can I put it so you can see more? And then we'll take the rest of it and go, oh, the pan's blocking me. Let's try this. Pour it right on top of here. Spread it all out. The mushrooms right on top of the chicken. Oh, God. Oh, my God. It smells so good. Oh, you really, I can't wait to try it. So I'm going to add a little parsley on top just for color, but that's it. And I'll bring it over. Maybe we'll let somebody take a bite in a little bit and see what they think. I was fortunate enough to find a tester. I put the cheese on top and let it melt, but let me show you a real close up real quick of how it'll look when it's ready, and then we'll see the test.
Hi guys, I'm excited to try this. Yay. It smells really good. Oh my goodness. Cheese. Got some cheese there. Oh my God, so good. It's so tender and juicy. This is amazing.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Cool. Well,